Hello, and welcome to another edition of One Bad Veggies Root Beer Review, where in this review, we see if Sprechers can get us revved up. So, this review is going to be about Sprecher's Rev'd Up Root Beer, which, from my understanding, is just a caffeinated kind of energy version of their normal root beer. So, um, if that's the case, it should be pretty good. But spoilers, but I've already kind of taken a look at the ingredients, and the ingredients are pretty different from a regular bottle of Sprechers. So let's go ahead and talk about the ingredients. So let's go ahead and talk about the ingredients, which should be appearing right here. And first thing you'll notice, you got maltodextrin and glucose syrup, which we all kind of know means high fructose corn syrup, on top of the honey. And one of the things that's kind of nice about Sprecher's is that they kind of pride themselves in the fact that they use honey as a main source of sugar. And I'm pretty sure if you go back and look at the Sprecher reviews that we've done already, that raw honey usually is higher up on the list. In fact, I don't even really think they use fake sugar. In fact, I'm 99 to 100% sure that they don't use fake sugar in any of the other drinks. They usually use pure cane sugar and honey. So it's kind of disappointing to see that they use fake sugar in this one, especially because as you're kind of looking at it, and let's go ahead and take a look at the bottle here. When you're looking at the ingredients, one of the things to take note of is that it seems like there's a few more chemicals in it. And then, it's not an energy soda per se, right? If you're looking at the bottle, as you can see right there in front of you, it says caffeinated. It's just caffeinated. So there's no guarana, there's nothing like that in it. It's got yucca and stuff like that, but again, I think that usually has to do more with the sudsiness of it. And a lot of the other ingredients and stuff like that have to do more with preservatives. I don't know if caffeine has some kind of weird effect on preserving flavor and stuff like that. But even if you look at it, caffeine's way at the bottom of the list anyway. So it's which obviously you're not going to put 1,000 milligrams of caffeine in a drink because you're not trying to kill your audience. But still, I think it's kind of disappointing. You've got the fake sugar in there, and you've got these other chemicals and stuff in it. Whereas normal Sprecher's is more, natural is not the right word. It's chemicals in every soda, but it's not. It seems more loaded with that kind of stuff, and I always feel like the best root beers are usually more simple than complicated. And so I do wonder why did they choose to use fake sugars in the caffeinated version of the drink rather than raw sugars and well, they still got raw honey in it, but I don't know, you know what I mean. So anyway, let's go ahead and crack it open and get ourselves a little of the scent. All right, go ahead and crack it open. Oh, that opened very easy. Thank you. Hold on. Let me get another one. It's interesting. It doesn't smell quite as... I dropped the lid. It doesn't smell quite as sweet as a regular Sprecher's. Which is interesting. Because there's definitely, with Sprecher's, there's definitely some sort of vanilla sweet scent that kind of hits you up front before you kind of get the normal kind of anise-y root beer scents and stuff like that. So already we're looking at something that might taste actually more different than I would have considered it to taste. I just expected it to taste like a Sprecher's root beer, which, as I've said a million times before, probably my number one favorite root beer that exists. So, yeah, it's very interesting. So let's go ahead and get into the pour and the foam, and let's see how this thing looks at least. So here we go. We got the old trusty mug with us. So let's go ahead and see how this one pours and how the foam is on it. That's a pretty good foam right there. I'm not even done filling it. You know what? I'm not going to be able to. So let's go ahead and just go over here. There's actually still a little bit about that is picturesque. That is, look at that right there. That looks like that should be on the cover of like a magazine or something, like Root Beer Monthly. You see that? It's not even going down. It's just kind of staying there. That's a good pour. That's a good foam. That's what that is about there. Anyway, let's go ahead and taste the foam. Well, it looks good. It looks good. Hold on, one more. How often do we get a double chance at the foam though, right? It's pretty bitter. Doesn't really taste like anything. Kind of sad. But yeah. No. Don't really taste like anything. Kind of tastes like seltzer water. Like not the flavored kind, just like straight seltzer water. Kind of gives you that flavor, which I am well, in real life, very outspoken about how it tastes terrible. Seltzer water is terrible. Even the flavored stuff. Anyway, so yeah, not foam is nice looking. You could take a good picture of it, but it tastes like gross. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the taste test of the actual root beer. All right, I went ahead and finished filling her back up with the rest of the root beer that was in the bottle. And let's go ahead and bottoms up. Well, the first thing I can definitely say about it is it doesn't taste like a Sprecher's root beer, a normal Sprecher's root beer. Like if you're just looking for a caffeinated version of Sprecher's, this isn't that, and that's kind of disappointing. It's in a way kind of like Sprecher's by way of a cola. Now the thing is Sprecher's has a cola, but weirdly enough, it doesn't really taste like a Pepsi or a Coca-Cola. It tastes like its own thing. Whereas, funnily enough, this one has more cola qualities than their, I think it's called Puma Cola, Sprecher's Puma Cola. Like, if you were looking for an alternative to a Coca-Cola, you'd almost be better off going with something like this than actually drinking their Puma Cola. Which, by the way, their Puma Cola is pretty good if you like colas. Anyway, but besides that too, there is that kind of, I don't know how to put it. There is a flavor on the back end of this. It hits you right in the back of your tongue, and it's not great. It's not a good flavor. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's from the chemicals. I don't know if it's caffeine. I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's very earthy, kinda, but in like a bad way, like a bad vegetable or something like that. I mean, not disgusting. It's just kind of like you taste it, and it's not like chemically, because there's a difference between like a chemical yuck and, like I said, this is like, I don't know how to put it, like a natural yuck. This is like I said, it's almost like there's like dirt, like a dirt sort of flavor to it. But like I said, it's more on the back end. It's, you taste it after you've had a drink. It kind of lingers back there. And it's kind of weird. And like I said, I don't know if it's from the chemical. I don't know if it's from the fake sugar. I don't know what it's from, but it's not great. So yeah, I guess other than that, like it's hard for me to say, like I've said, it kind of tastes like a cola. It kind of tastes, it's got kind of this yucky taste on it. And as far as the root beer stuff goes, like none of the things that I really appreciate about Sprecher's, which is kind of like its creaminess, and this one has got a lot of bite to it. This one is like it's a belcher. I don't know. It's like it's gonna make you like burp quite a few times because it's got a lot of bite to it. It's, anyway. But yeah, the things that I really like, the things that make Sprecher succeed at a higher level, and I think other root beers do, are kind of missing from this. I'm not quite sure what's causing that imbalance. And I'm pretty sure Rev'd Up is a fairly new formula, so who knows if they go in and do some improvements to it over time. Who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about how it tastes, and we're gonna go ahead and grade it. So what do we grade this? I mean, there's a level of disappointment that I have to deal with. Now, is the disappointment also going to affect the letter grade? Like, should I just grade it on its taste? But here's the thing, the taste isn't even that great either. And it's kind of insane thinking about the fact that Sprecher's is as a brand something that never really disappoints me. But this is pretty disappointing as far as just, like I said, a perfect scenario is you can take a bottle of Sprecher's root beer, you can take a bottle of Rev'd Up and switch them, and you shouldn't be able to tell the difference. That's, in my mind, the perfect version of what this should be. And it's not. It is its own thing. And the thing that it is not something that I necessarily care for. Like the flavor on the back end is really not great. The fact that it's very, like, I'm not going to say it tastes like a cola, like I've kind of been insinuating. It tastes like a root beer still. It just has certain cola qualities, which again is something that it's like, if I'm rating a root beer, I want my root beer to be a root beer. I don't want it to have qualities of other sodas unless it specifically says, like, on the bottle, this is a, I don't know, Sprite root beer mix. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's not what's advertised on it, right? It's advertised as caffeinated Sprecher's root beer, and not really that in reality. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a D, because I'm not crazy about the flavor that it does have, and just yeah, I mean, there's really not much more to say other than that. It's really kind of disappointing. Yeah, D. So that's it for this review, and hopefully I take a bit of a shorter break than the last one. I know I can take pretty long breaks in between reviews, and there's really no reason to do that. These are pretty easy to make. In fact, I'm gonna see if maybe I can try to record another one tonight, so that way at least there's a couple weeks worth to go ahead of time. But so yeah, that's basically it for now, and I hope you had a good time.